It's very easy to label an entire company or a brand as bad or someplace you'll never do business with anymore, especially airlines. But behind them are good, hard-working people that are truly passionate about their work. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. We talk about that today with a former airline employee and, as we deal with so many travel headaches in the last few years, talk about what he sees as the best way to get things resolved. Hi, I'm Matt Hayes, and this is episode number 17 of Meet a Stranger. After working for the airlines for so many years, stranger number 17 now works as a bartender in my neighborhood, which is how we met. I'm a travel nerd and spend as much time as I can on the road, so we get along like a house on fire. He is so passionate about travel and the airline industry, and you could tell he was one of those people that you would run into when you were on a flight that just loves his job and will go out of his way to make sure that you have an amazing experience. But now that he's no longer working for the airlines, I wondered what kind of inside info he could tell us about the inner workings of the industry. Take a listen. You used to work for the airlines.
Yes, I sure did.
Tell me, how long did you work for them? What did you do?
I started working for the airlines in 2009 as a ticketing and gate agent. I transferred to in-flight, and I was a flight attendant until 2013 through a merger of two airlines and took a voluntary buyout and got into hospitality.
Do you miss working in the airlines?
Every day. You know, I miss traveling. I think there's a magic in flying where you can just take off and 3 hours later you're 1,000 miles away, and there's just something incredible about that, and I miss being in that almost every day.
Do you still try to travel now?
I travel as much as I can. I'm always getting off the island and loving every minute of it.
Let's talk about the things that someone who doesn't work for the airlines might be surprised to know about the airlines. What's something that we would be a bit surprised to find out about the inner workings of that world, or how the employees interact with each other? What might just make us go, did not expect that?
That's a really good question. I think really the biggest thing is that the airlines do care about you and they care about your experience. And if you have a bad experience, the airlines want to know about it, and they will take corrective action and fix either their people or their processes. But customer feedback is taken extremely seriously, and the airlines do care. Contrary to what you might hear on the news, they really do.
Is there a difference when you say airlines? When we talk about, I think people will complain about an airline, they just always mention the name of it, and I'll never fly so-and-so ever again, and then like 2 minutes later they're on the plane again. But is there, people think of it as such a big thing. When you talk about like airlines and that they care, are you talking about like the company, or are you talking about the people working inside?
What I was referring to is the company as a whole. The company really cares. And I would say 99% of the employees care as well. The issue is the 1% that don't care are so heavily protected by the union that it's hard to really take quick and decisive action. But I think both the employees and the actual company really does care.
How many times did you hear the words, "I'm never going to fly the name of your airline ever again" from people when you were working?
I'd have some, but not as many as you would think. It's all about how you handle situations. And if people can see that you care, that they're having a bad experience, you don't tend to hear it as much, but you do hear it.
So if someone does have a problem with an airline, especially over the last couple of months we've been hearing these stories, what would you suggest to them? How should they approach it? Is there any inside info that can help them get somewhere?
That's a good question. I mean, I haven't been in it for a while, but it appears that social media is really the way to go now in terms of quick responses. I think that's really the best route to go. I could be wrong, but if you need something fixed fast, if you tag an airline on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, it seems that you're going to get a response pretty quickly.
Social media, like beer, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. I mean, he is right, though. In today's day and age, if you need something fixed, go to Twitter, especially in travel. Huge shout out to the crews at Delta and Southwest who have been fantastic to me online for the last few years and have made things right so often when things have gone astray. We do have to remember, behind all these big corporate names are people just like you and me, just doing their job. And more times than not, they do want to help us. We just have to remember that they're people too. It's stressful for everyone right now. So what if we just meet them halfway? Be nice. Put a smile on our face. It'll go such a long way. Thanks again to stranger number 17, and all that butter you told me about that you brought back from France, I hope it survived the trip. If not, that would be a very messy suitcase to have to open up. And thank you, dear listener, for taking time to meet a stranger today. I really appreciate it. If you've had an amazing customer service moment lately, tell me about it. Let's give the people that are trying to do good praise. You can slide into my DMs on all of those evil social media channels. Find me at Go Meet a Stranger. Until next time, I'm Matt Hayes. Onward. It's very